Hello, my dear photographers. Welcome to another episode of the Magicmind podcast. In this episode, I had an amazing conversation with the maestro, Yemi Kings. We talked so much about identity, putting yourself out there, valuing yourself as a photographer, pricing, key things that I believe will really help you in your journey as a creative. And I'm sure by the end of this episode, you will learn so much. If you can, get a writing pad and start to write things down. Let's get into this.
All the industry legends that we have, they built it on their stuff.
Who they are.
Yeah, they built it on their stuff. So you just figure out that, I want to be a photographer. Oh, nice, fine. Pick up a camera and then you download like 15 presets, and then you start shooting like nothing. And then I get that at the beginning stage, you want to explore, you want to fly, you want to you are excited, you want to learn, and you're hungry. Yeah. But there comes a time when you have to speak to yourself and say, if I'm going to make money with this thing, and if you want to go far, if you want to go long, you have to search for an identity for yourself. And I feel like that sacrifice going on now, guys of any that's the sacrifice that they don't want to take. And it's very sad though. It's not very sad. You just see, there was one guy's page that I saw. The guy DM'd me. I'm not even a wedding guy. The guy is a wedding guy. I just went to his page. Everything, green law. Do you understand? Just pack presets on the thing. And I'm just like, you just take time to just calm down and be you. And learn, and even if you're going to steal, like the way we usually steal like an artist.
It's normal to steal, actually.
It's everybody steal. But you sense, and you know what? I was speaking with one of my ogas in this industry, and then we're having this very, very same conversation. And he said something to me, say, Yemi, there's a particular photographer that is so much loves his work, that there was a day that he's always seeing these guys, and this person I'm talking about is our Oga. He said, but anytime he sees this guy's work, it's like, wow, this guy is good. Like, this guy is, no, I love his work. And then he was like, cool. He even saves some of his work at times. And then he said he was just working in a hotel lobby one day, and then this person just comes and grabs me from behind. Say, hey, my Oga. He's like, who grabbed me? He said, Oga, now you be master. Now you be kiniko. He said, everything I know about photography, I learned from you. I've watched your videos, I've studied your work, I've shaken it. Like, my entire photography career is based on your principles and techniques. And then he said, I've never seen you. He said, we've never met. I'm based in the East. He said, one big Igbo guy like that. So I'm based in the East, but I've always been learning from you, everything from you. He said, when you looked at the guy, he said, what was your name? And then when the guy now mentioned his name, it was that guy.
It was like, wow. Someone that is actually feeling it.
But he now said something. He said, the reason, he said he never saw the guy as, copying his work.
He didn't see it.
He said, but he could know that this guy don't drop power.
Somewhere.
Like, the guy was, because the principles with which the guy was using to create were his own principles, but he was not copying his work.
Like he was able to create.
Yes, but he took the principles, he took the spirit, he caught the idea. So it's like, so low key, why this my Oga likes this guy's work is like, this guy is thinking like me subconsciously, so he could connect with what the guy was doing, and that's one way of doing it.
That's artistry.
But you see people that will just take work of another person and see, and then you just do copy and paste.
Some people go as far as placing that other image beside their image.
It's not flattering. At a point,
I've seen a lot of it.
Sometimes when people say, okay, sir, you inspire me a lot, you shaking it. I'm like, look, don't make the mistake of trying to copy another artist. It won't add value to you. The best you will be is a low budget that person.
Yes, so that's the meaning.
The best you will be.
So if someone is if a potential client is looking for a service around that, like that what they will come to you maybe because maybe they probably can't afford that person. Or
exactly. Or to get
number two, second option.
I wait to get it.
You are the second number. Oh, since we can't use that one, let's
because now is now a battle of and the funny thing is that when the real gigs come, the gigs that the big box is involved,
it just goes to
they won't call you.
The original
it will go to the original person because as long as that person is alive and breathing, right, you will always remain a secondary. So it's better that you just take time. Do you understand? This is a trap that I fell into myself. Do you get? And thank God for amazing mentors. Thank God for grace. Snap out of it fast. Like you can't. And the problem is when you suck on one bite of influence, right? There are many people that you can learn from. You see, this my Oga that I told you that somebody hugged from the back now said something. He said, even he himself, he copies. He said, Yemi, do you know that thing that I always do? I said, sir, I know. He said, I took it from this person. He said, I even took it hook, line, sinker. I didn't change anything. I said, wow. I did not believe when he mentioned the name of the photographer that he took it from. He now showed me that photographer's page. The person is on the other end of the globe.
Far away.
Why he even told me, I don't know. Do you understand? But he said our people cannot search that far. Like if he didn't show me, I would have thought that this was his idea. He just took it, tweaked it, and made it a bit African, and then boom, that's it.
And here he's going to look original.
Share your whining me. Do you understand? And he's not even claiming to be the originator of it. But every photographer in Lagos wants to shoot like every photographer in Lagos.
Yes. Inside this
small Lagos.
Can you imagine?
And the world is go to Ukraine. Those guys are doing crazy stuff.
Oh my God.
Go to
New Zealand.
Go to India. You see those Indian guys?
In fact, that Ukraine you mentioned now. Oh my God. Russia.
Those guys.
The creatives there.
Those guys. There's this guy.
Another dimension.
Then there's this. Is he a guy again? Dennis Rosen.
I think I know that.
When I see that, and there was a time that I think it's a she was shooting only natural light. You will not believe what this woman is doing with natural light. One window. Your head will just be bursting. If oh God, if you find the picture, just put it like this, put it like this. You see it. It's just natural light. And then we have photographers in Nigeria that are still saying they don't buy the light that Kelly Chamajo
is the exact product.
Is using to shoot. They have not started. If they don't use the camera that Tiabelo is using, they have not started. So now their destiny now is confused. That Tosin United is shooting Nikon, but Emmanuel Erike is shooting Canon.
Which one should I go for?
Which we now go for?
I've faced this camera issue a lot. You guys are just stressing yourself.
You're just stressing yourself. You can't. I still say that. Bring to me that photographer in the whole world, or bring to me that person in any part of the world, Shay, that can look at an image and say they shot it with this camera.
It's not possible. It's impossible.
Somebody was saying,
I never know.
It's Canon. Canon has more
red
color.
Don't want me color grading.
Shey ali color grade.
Are you kidding me?
Kinikon is sharp. Shoot at f6, your image will be
yes,
sharp. Kinikon.
And glass is glass.
And glass is glass. Best you can even attempt to guess is you can try and guess maybe what lens it was shot with. Yes. If it's in comparison to another, field.
Yes.
And pata you can't even say because
and you cannot be as accurate. You just
okay try. Now what lens did I shoot this image with? Guess.
I would naturally say 50 mm above.
35 mm 2.8.
You see. How is this 35?
You see? I've learned to use 35 for years.
You learned it too.
This was shot on a 35. This was shot on a 35. That was shot on a 35. That was every image here was shot on a 35 mm lens.
This was shot on a 35. This particular 35. One.
I shot this in my living room. This was shot with a 35 mm. I'm telling you.
I understand how you feel. Calm down.
You get like shooting with my 50 that I got from camera joint. Took me a while to get adjusted to because I'm done shooting. People don't believe I'm shooting with a 35 mm lens.
That's true. Because I think you used 35 for my birthday shoot.
Yes. And I'm always like, guys, let's not injure ourselves. Pick what works for you, learn, and be brilliant with it. Try to be very original with it. Try to search. Oh, our people don't like to do research. Our people don't like to, and that's where the big box is. That's where
it's knowledge.
The moment. Okay, what saddens me is that you look at Nigerian photographers, especially good photographers, and you pack a bunch like this, and then you can't tell. They can't even tell you what they are shooting.
They can't explain their craft.
They can't explain their craft. Yeah, I'm a photographer, and I do photo shoots. What are you shooting?
What's your
work?
Your work. Tell me more.
Yeah,
tell me more.
Tell me about your work.
Your inspiration, your story.
We should carry this mic to the street one day and say, "Are you a photographer?" Yes. Tell me about your work. My work. You mean the last shoot I did? It's a wedding shoot. No, that's not what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Tell me about your work. What's your philosophy of creation? What drives you? If you do an exhibition of every portrait that you've ever created, what's it saying? What's your opinion as an artist? What backs, and that's what backs how I pose my images. That's what backs how I style. That's what backs how I like. That's what backs what I even wear to my shoots. Because there is something I'm trying to achieve with my artistry, right? It's different from what you are trying to do, right? When I see couples and they come here, they want to do their shoots, and there is a story I like to tell in their story. There's a part of their story that interests me, and that's the angle I shoot from. We did a maternity shoot here yesterday, and it's their first baby, and I just became a father recently as well. So coming from that space, I understand what it feels, at least from the man's perspective, to be an expecting dad, and me, I'll take it from that angle and create my work, right? So you don't even have babe, and it's those poses you want to replicate. The work
you don't understand the story behind the
carry weight. It not carry meaning
to you. They're just creating for money.
And that's why it's easy when we want to do exhibitions and we print and people say, "Tell me about this image," and we can
talk.
We don't even have to really think about a deep image like that. But because behind every image, behind my photography career, is a philosophy that I can trace every single image to. So if you ask me about this, I know why I shot. I know why I shot her. I know what I was trying to do with it. If you ask me about it, but you see many photographers, there's no power. There's no substance behind the work. Like there's no impact. Can you man do me go? Like there is no. Okay, yeah, you've posed the model, you styled the hair, you went to a fancy location, you did the lighting, the frequency separation, the dodge and burn, and yeah, your fine logo is there. So
what's next?
What's next? Else? And then we look at your body of work, everything is just so disjointed.
There's no flow.
There's no flow.
No story.
When people go to your page as an artist, what's the experience? How do they feel even when they leave your page? Like, what? Like, today is like this. Tomorrow is like this. You can't even tell the kind of artist you are. You are a creative playboy.
Not jumping all over the place.
Not jumping all over the place. Trying to create fine picture. Any idiot can create fine imagery. Any idiot can do that. Any idiot with a decent camera can create fine pictures. And if all you can do as an artist, as a photographer in 2023, Tawai, is to create fine pictures, AI will replace you.
Yes, sir.
Are we even ready for that AI conversation?
In fact, that one,
I tell people, I said, look, if all you can do is to create fine pictures, you are gone.
Because AI will do exactly that.
AI is good, and this AI is going to get better. So
you just started and it's already this good.
Don't even get me started about AI. Like, I don't even know where to place AI right now. Maybe if you can help me. Because
I'm struggling myself.
This AI thingy.
Because I've been doing research on it and I really don't know.
AI will take you up like this. You'll be like, wow. Take you down back. You'll be like, ha.
The potential is both positive
It's
and
both
also
positive.
in a way is
You get AI will take you like this. Sometimes when you see, and then is madly accessible and
Easy.
is frustratingly cheap.
cheap to access. No,
Easy.
even on your phone.
Yes, now.
Can just
Do you know the funny thing? My wife downloaded this AI app. She even paid with it with my card. The thing was still peppering me. I said, "Yahoo photographer, I'll download the AI." I even paid with my card. And then somebody, she generated some set of images. People were now commenting on her status. In my next life, I'll be married to a photographer.
They thought you shot it.
They thought I shot it.
Wow.
So wahala dey.
So AI created the image from scratch.
From scratch, just took like reference from 2 or 3 pictures
I've heard of
that I shot.
And now recreated the fresh
Light, shadows, color, pose, composition, every single law of good imagery. Check. Except the hands. Hold on. So I'm like, here we are trying to figure out how to navigate this new reality that has dawned on the creative industry, and you are still there.
You are still trying to copy one.
You are still even trying to copy one person when AI has copied your entire
even what you cannot do,
industry
AI can
and career.
do it.
Do you understand? So it furthermore now takes us to the point where you're like, okay, as an artist,
Who are you?
who are you?
It emphasizes more the essence of the fact that you have to find yourself.
Because
this whole creative
like
thing.
Uncle Kelechi will say, who the F are you? Like who are you? Why will a couple say they want to do a wedding and why will a couple say they want to do a wedding and it's Sheyi they want? Do you get? And they'll say it's Sheyi they want, and they will say is Yemi they want, is Emmanuel they want. So why? Because they've seen things in those people that resonate.
Yes, that they connect with.
I've had a couple just come and say, Yemi, you're shooting our wedding. I'm like, have you seen me shoot weddings before? They're like, we know you used to shoot one time, but you're the one shooting our wedding. It's you we want. And I'm like, do you have any? They said, no, but my wife, when myself and my fiancé were talking, it was just like, she forwarded your picture to me, I forwarded your picture to her, and then the 2 images jammed, and we're just like, it's the same photographer I sent to you. And like, it's just you we want, ma'am. And they paid premium. And God help us, man, I had to deliver out because many people were like, no, this guy is not a wedding photographer, why are you letting him shoot you? And even on the wedding day, we had to fight plenty people because I knew that, look, I cannot allow myself to not do well on this event. If this couple could trust me, despite not having a track record of shooting weddings. Last time I shot weddings was maybe how many years ago. And these guys are coming to drag me out and shoot their wedding and they just say, do whatever it is. I'm even asking them, what do you want me to do? They're like, look, bro, just be you, just do what you do. It would have been better if they gave me direction to follow. Right? So if I didn't know who I was as an artist, I will shoot the trad like I will try to shoot the trad like Sheyi, and then I will try to shoot the church like I will just be shooting like 7 different photographers. In fact, when they say let's pose the couple, I will have to go and be running to another wedding photographer's page to look for poses. Well, me, I did not even have to. I didn't have to try. I'm just like, okay, this is me. This is who I am. This is how I relate with people, and this is why I do photography. So all I did was bring that into the wedding, and everyone was having a blast. So the challenge now is identity. In fact, the value that you wanted us to talk about is deeply rooted in identity.
It is. I have to go, but this conversation is. You know what to do. I think I'm going to scatter your studio today. So Boshema Walele, let me just rush and do that shoot. I mean, you the comment?
No, I did.
I just here, so it's not far.
We never even started to record.
No, I think you recorded it. Okay. So I would like you to talk to me about the essence, and the importance of valuing oneself and also recognizing one's identity as a creative. Because I found out that a lot of creatives tend to just follow the crowd. There's no self-awareness, and I don't think one can become unique without being self-aware. So I want you to just tell me more about that.
Okay. Most photographers are more content aware than self-aware. You get it.
Content aware.
It's a photographer. If you don't know, if you don't get it, forget about it. People are much more content aware than being self-aware. Everybody's just careful about what they want to put out there, content. At the same time, I feel like it's good when we take a step back, you get, and more like check what exactly it is that makes me an artist, right? Like I said earlier, most people are a lot of people, and it's also a mistake that I made at the earlier stages of my career. I just want to turn out dope images, give cascata, trend, create to impress and oppress other photographers
For likes and comments.
And now, sincerely, I think I can genuinely say I'm at that point where I don't really care. Do you understand? Someone was calling me that, oh, Yemi King is about to hit 30,000 followers on IG. How are we celebrating? I'm like, sincerely, I did not even check. Right? It was until IG sent me a message, you eat 30K. And like in my mind, I want to eat like 5 million followers. Because this, the point is that, who are you? Many people care about many of these things that won't allow you last. At the end of the day, someone says, if your name is written in the sands of time, once the breeze of time comes, you blew your wash it off. And who you are, like I said earlier, if you study the greats, they are unique in their own way, and ultimately, it is the artistry that separates you.
Can you tell us how, in your opinion, like practical steps that you feel might help in this journey of discovering one's true identity as a creative?
Okay, one, study your best certificate.
Study your what? I thought I did not hear that correctly. Oh my God.
Study your best certificate. Ask yourself. I think a lot of people look outside for people to tell them what they should be, and it's not their fault. We grew up in a society where many of us come from homes where our destinies have been predetermined. What doctor law say, lawyer law car, as engineer also pilot. You get, and if you don't become an engineer, you have to be a pilot, you have to be a doctor, you have to be a lawyer. So we've not really grown up in an environment where intrinsic introspection is encouraged, and most times it's even been labeled as rebellious when you
have a mind of your own.
You have a mind of your own, and you exhibit some kind of audacity. So that part of us has not really been encouraged. I mean, God bless this new age of kids that we're having around now. Some of them talk now, you're like, they're not bumming well. Talk that way.
When I was young.
I mean, I grew up in a time when I didn't know that no and dad can be in the same sentence.
It's not possible.
You just hear,
come to think of it,
no. Dad,
tell my dad no.
Are you? Have you ever told your
even now that I'm a man,
do you understand? And now you hear, no, dad, don't be silly.
Hey.
Do you understand? Well, no, don't be silly. So I mean, I get that a lot of us, come from that space where your identity is shrouded in people's opinions, and so we bring that into our creative business, where it's still the opinion of people that drive what it is, or what is trending in the industry
hot?
now, what's hot, what are people going for, what is that thing that like you want to go to school, the course that you want to go for is the trending course. There was a time it was engineering,
Yes.
and then one time around that
law too.
2013, 2014, it was what was this course that almost 6 of my cousins studied? Estate management. At the time, it was estate management. And, at the end of the day, where are the estates? Who is managing it? So it's the same thing when people now even come into creative journey. I remember I think the makeup craze, for lack of other words, happened around 2010, 2011.
Yes.
Every lady wanted to be a makeup artist, and now it's photography, right? So at the end of the day, when you come into it as well, you have no reason being there. Many of us, like I say, I didn't come into photography to change the world. I came here because I saw how lucrative it was for a particular set of guys, and I felt like Nigeria is a tough country. We need to survive. So I came into photo. I didn't hear a voice from heaven or a writing on the wall or have a vision, but it was when we came in here, and then we started saying that your entire life has to have a meaning. Whatever it is you're doing has to have a meaning. So I then realized that one, for me to be in this industry, God allowed it. And then I had to now start looking for why God allowed me to come into this industry, because I do it so well. So it can't be a fluke, right? So I started searching for God. I just moved here, and I'm here. So why did you allow me get here? And then we started searching for a greater calling. Yeah, the money will come. We are not doing bad by the grace of God, but at the end of the day, it has to link back to a higher calling. And that's why I said about if they do an aggregate of all the stories that you've told, what point is it driving at? Right? So for me, that's an anchor, one of the anchors of my identity. I understand what my photography journey is about. And so your journey is different from mine. Mine is different from his. Yours is different from the viewer, right? So the moment we all understand that, look, our journeys are different. I can't be looking at your clock, right? So if my own, at a point in time in my photographic journey, I realized that it's time for me to serve. And boy, did I serve. Like, boy, did I serve. Like, I served. And at a point in my journey, people came to serve, right? So I treat and respect everyone that has been privileged to serve here, because I understand that I served somewhere too, and I'm not a man of my own. If they are serving here as well, in the next 2-3 years, they're going to be men of their own. So know where you are in your journey. Your journey is different from another person's journey. So you can see is you. And then the moment you understand why you are in this industry, then you understand where you are. Then you then ask, where are you going to?
What's your goal?
What's your goal? So the moment as a creative, you can ask yourself these 3 questions. Ogun Tishe, the battle is over, which is number 1, who am I? Question number 2 is, where am I going to? Question number 3 is now, how do I get there? So question number 1, who am I, is the identity. Question number 2, where am I going to, is your journey of purpose. And then that is particular to you, right? Because many people are on their own path, and what they are focused on is another man's journey. This guy don't buy this camera, this guy don't buy this lens, or more, this guy they shoot like this guy they shoot this style. Not realizing that guy, we are on different journey. We are running with different clocks, right? And then how do you get there? Is now you sitting down with God to understand that, look, there are many ways to get to a particular destination. Which one is my own? I have a friend that as far back as 2018 got an investor to just like, yo, what's up? You this boy, I like you. Come. What do? You do photography? Yeah, you take pictures around in church. And me and my wife, we've always wanted to open a photography studio, but we never really had the time. We played with some photography back in school. So you want to do photography? You know what? We've actually wanted to open a studio. Can you handle it for us? So go write a list. Let me know what we're going to need for the studio. I'm really excited. Can you handle the studio for us? And then they gave this guy close to like 20M back then to set up a studio in Abuja, right? And when he just called us like, guy, now waiting the song for Abuja be this. So I went to the studio. I was happy for my guy, but look, I was like, God, see my guy. Like the studio was state of the art, lights, lenses, backdrops, computers, Apple, and the he had free hand to operate. The couple that set him up were just happy that finally they
have something like that.
Yes, they can do a long buried mission. So they were living their photographic life.
It's not like it wasn't like they needed.
They are not even interested in the business. They just wanted to be happy that yes, finally we did the photography. Like it's bucket. Just check it.
Just like vacation.
Check. Start a photo studio. Check.
Wow.
And I'm like, wow. And this same guy was not happy.
What?
He was not happy.
Why?
Because his friend just bought Benz.
Oh my God.
And they were like, Paddy Mitira Benz. My guy don't buy Benz. I'm like, bro, if only I can have what you just have now. I was like, guy, you know no Benz. Benz na spirit.
I'm angry right now. I don't know. Oh my God.
And I'm like, guy, see all these lights. Say, I know, but my guy Benz, they come. That Benz, my guy buy Benz. So at that point, I'm not like, it's me that doesn't have sense, or what's happening here? And this was when I didn't have, the only thing I had to my name was a camera, a lens, and 2 backdrop stands. You get, and I would travel Lagos to Bauchi by road to come and shoot in Lagos. And I'm like, someone set you up like this, and your eyes is still somewhere else. And but thank God we've been trained to know better. And like the guy, I did happy for you. Last, every man with his own clock. I left. And to the glory of God, now we have a studio. We are in this studio in the heart of Lekki. To the glory of God, now I drive my own Benz. Right? It took me 4 years to get there. But I'm there. Right? Now, they say Association of Benz Owners in Lagos. How are you? Yes, Association of Lekki Residents. How are you? There's no rush. The fact say my guy first me reach there, no me say I no go reach. Now who first buy car buy old model.
Yes, sir.
You get so.
Now who first buy car buy old model. At the end of the day, all of us go jam. They no go know who first reach. No. You get so understanding your own journey. Celebrate people that have gone ahead. Be happy for them genuinely, because heaven responds to the sincerity of our hearts. The flesh can want to say, this kind of thing, this guy they run. Actually, I'm not supposed to run, I'm sure. But anyway, guy, I'm happy for you, sure. Congratulations. But low key, there is envy in your mind. Yes,
low key. So it's because we're human. That's the flesh. But it's for us to immediately repent and say, guy, I'm happy for you. Makes sense. Congrats. This kind of thing where you run, you go pray me my own to quickly come.
Yes,
you get express desire there, so that the devil will not use that to you don't buy this one. Kai, lay hands on me, make me say get this kind of thing. This is what I'm praying for. Yeah, and that's how to maintain a pure spirit.
Yes, envy is different from desire.
It's different. You get so understanding who you are, where you are going to, and that one where you are going to here is only between you and God that you can set it. Some people are destined to go further than you, and you're destined to go further than some people. So the first thing I'm begging our fellow photographers to do is take your goddamn eyes off another man's goddamn business.
Oh my God.
Don't do it. Continue to quiet that. Like, face your work.
Your journey is too different.
It's too different. Do you understand? It's too. Do you know what my mates were doing when I was not like right now, Zev? Do you know what my mates are still doing? I will not kill myself and die.
Yeah, not good enough.
What I'm doing right now is some people believe that they can do what I'm doing right now. they are ready to die. Like God should just
But they have done it, they
they
finished.
finished. Right? But at the end of the day, what they don't know is that by the time they get here, what it took them to get here will bequeat more responsibility on them to desire more.
It's never enough.
It's never enough. So now it's okay now. So if I'm okay, what can I now do? If when I see T.Y. Bello and Kelechi Abadi, Emmanuel, you know, doings everywhere. So there will always be people ahead of you. There will always be people behind you.
Yes.
So the goal is you focus on God and keep doing your own journey. Right? So the moment we can settle that and be grateful. Now, I don't mean we should not desire more.
Of course.
But desire more. Yeah, you can even see something in somebody's life and desire it. Right? But let it be a healthy desire in such a way that you understand that your own time will come. And it's not even everything that you desire that will work for you. There are times that what will work for you to get the same result might be something else entirely. Yeah. So you have to trust God to give you that which works for you. And then now boiling it down to who you are. One person that I really admire in this industry so much. I admire many photographers in Nigeria. But one person that I just keep looking at him is Emmanuel Eleke. I love that guy. He has no idea how much I love him. Because I'm always looking at him like, how this guy did think. And in 1,000 lifetimes and in 1,000,000 universes, I can never be like him. The best I can do is admire him. Because I'm like, his mind, and you know, you just do eyes like this. The guy don't do like plenty things go. And he just do that eyes like this and just be doing me. I go all they do loud, up and down. And this guy will just calm down. I wish I can be that calm. He don't calculate, he don't do, just soft. And then when you see what he does, excellence across board. Silent movement, heavy results. Excellence across every board. Excellence. And I'm like, God. Best I can do is learn from him. Right? Respect him, speak good about him everywhere. So I can only pray to God, God, this is what I desire. Let your will be done. Give it to me. Right? But the moment I start trying to be an Emmanuel Eleke, problem. I will have problem. Right? Because for me, when someone walks in through my door for a photo session, I'm shouting, I'm jumping, I'm running, I'm somersaulting. That's me.
That's your personality.
That's me. And I bring that into my photo shoots. I bring that into my photography. I bring that into my colors. I bring that into my styling. So what I like to wear is what I let my clients wear. How I behave is how I pose. Do you understand? The colors I like is how I color grade. You don't get.
It's unique to you.
Do you understand? The way I like women to be is how I retouch them to be. The way I like women to be is how I retouch them to be. The way I like women to be is how I retouch them to be. So I have my own. That was a shoot I wanted to do, and I say this story everywhere. And this was 2017, and I was still interning with someone then, and I needed to do a shoot. You know, my oga then, Rhea, she was pushing me to do a shoot, and you must do shoot, you must grow. You this boy by force, you do shoot. And I was just doing humble boy from Ife, and she was like, you must do a shoot. And then she said, go get your friends. You know, I don't care who you shoot. You get them to slap makeup on their face and come shoot them in the studio. So it wasn't as if I'd not done a shoot before, but the studio I was working before is working. So like it was going to be my a first photo session for me that I was going to handle. So it's a big deal. So I now remember that Mr. Shimaki Somi had sent me to Uncle Kelechi's studio to go and drop one of his books for him. So I remember that I had Uncle Kelechi's number. So I picked up my phone and I called, and this man picked up the phone surprisingly, and he said, "Hello." I said, "Sir, my name is Yemi. I have a shoot tomorrow, and I don't know what to do." are you shooting women? I said, yes, sir. So what's the challenge? I said, sir, I don't know. I don't know what to do. Like, he said, okay. So is it a beauty shoot? I said, yes, sir, it's a beauty shoot. I love beauty shoots. Beauty shoots are good. Okay, so you know what you will do, yeah? So the question you will ask yourself is, what do you consider beautiful in women? That's how I was laughing. What do you consider beautiful in women? I said, I was about to start answering. He said, don't answer. Look for it in them and photograph it. You get? Just look for it and photograph it. All right, I have to go now, Matty shoot. And he got the call. And you see, that statement set my life on another course entirely. Because that day, I started going from Transformers page to Prince Mason's page to George Okoro's page to T.Y. Belu's page to even the Kelechi's. I was just going everywhere to get ideas on how to shoot these women. And when I called Uncle Kelechi and he said, when you want to photograph people, it is your own idea and perception of them that you should photograph. And I'm like, all my life, beauty to me, because I grew up as a church boy. You get, so beauty to me is conservative, right? You know, when you have Sister Dora's, just, you know, it's
Simple.
weekend, choir practice, you know, being the choir boy, you know, Sister Doris would have removed her hair for the week, you know, she would just pack it gently to the back, you know, soft lip gloss and one tiny earring with a scarf on her neck, and she would just come to church with a new pink journal, because I would notice that the one she brought last week is brown. This new one, because Sister Doris was church crush. I've changed name so that girl, she still doesn't know how to crush on her today. So it's not Doris. I changed the name. Do you understand? She'll come to church and, you know, it was in that, you know, shy-facedness, and like we'll just be tripping. You get like, Aika is a good girl, you know. Do you understand? And so for me, because that's the world I grew up in, my dad and mom were deacons in church, so my own idea of beauty has been, you know, only ends how I should. Look at it. Look at it. For the sake of those who are watching at home, I can give you these images so you can show them. You know, so here's how I, you know, just drop the air, just drop it. Simple, you know, soft. The moment is going like, I'll just be looking like this. Like, I don't know how to interpret beauty like that. If you kill me, I can't. Because I've never seen beauty that way. Kudos to those who do, no problem at that. Everyone's idea of beauty is different. But for me, so that's why when I shoot women like this, I do it very well.
Because you are true to you. It
Because
comes easy.
It comes easy because that's why I said I retouch women. I pose them the way I like them. I style them the way I like them. So it is particular to me, and that's the identity that we're talking about. So if you can settle that, and I remember one time I had an identity conflict, and I went to meet my mentor T.Y. Belu, and she said, Yemi, she said the same thing Uncle Kelechi said. She said, I shoot because of my story. She said, everything you see me do is embedded in my childhood. If you see me play with this, it's because I played with it as a child. If you see me color like this, it's because I colored like that as a child. If you see me do anything, it's because that's how I enjoy doing it as a person. And I've seen her live out that life. And I've seen Uncle Kelechi work. And I've seen Big H work.
And they're all different.
And they're all different. But you will see that the uniqueness of their style is embedded in their own person.
It's from them.
It's from them. Give Kelechi and T.Y. the same woman to shoot, you will not recognize them.
Different results, totally.
Because there's a way T.Y. perceives women. There's a way Uncle Kelechi perceives them. And then they both take that perception and lay it on their work. And then they come out with two different pieces. The challenge we have with our photographers nowadays is everybody wants to shoot like everybody.
They just want to do what everyone else is doing.
So they all keep producing, or rather say we all keep producing the same kind of images, leaving the customer with the choice of, now that you guys are all doing the same thing, who's cheapest.
It now becomes a competition based on price.
And then that's now where we anchor the value.
Yes.
So identity and value.
Like twins.
Like twins, they go hand in hand.
Mm.
So you can't, and then like someone said, okay, now sir Yemi, how do I charge? What's the value of my work? I said, no be me go tell you within the value of your work take be. Now you by your hand go say this is, but because many people don't even value themselves, they wait for people to tell them this is what you are worth. And that's why even many photographers can't negotiate well, because they wait on what the market is saying before they charge.
They use other people's prices to
it's
determine.
good to have an idea of your industry.
Of course.
But you just want to set your price, and the next question you're asking is, how many photographers are in this our streets? They tell you, what's that on charging? What's that on charging? Okay, let's put our own in between. You get? And then you're just like, me, Yemi Kings, I'm saying it on camera, I charge what I like. Do you understand? If it's too cheap for you, pay. If it's too expensive for you, go back, work, pay. When I want to buy things that I desire, when I go to the market, and the market person says, now, God, this thing is this much money. We talk, price. If I can afford it, I buy. If I can't, I go. The guy did not seek my opinion before setting his price. So why should I seek your opinion before setting my price? Right? And my own account balance did not affect the guy's pricing. So we creatives at times have neglected the business of our craft. And we've focused on the technique, right? We focused on the science of photography for too long. And the art, the science, the business all go hand in hand. So you see a very beautiful piece of work done by an amazing photographer, and then you're like, how much did this cost to make? And it just tells you one price, and you're like, if we continue like this industry will be doomed. We all can't charge the same, but we can leave this industry high. Some people set that standard for us, right? And they are crying now when they hear how much value we place on what they sweat and bled for. Right? So that's why I said the moment people keep dropping the ball in the industry today, we are going to have a whole generation of poor photographers, but good photography. Because everybody keeps underpricing everything.
Price is the only way they can use to compete.
Because everybody is shooting the same thing. Do you get?
So the value keeps going down.
I shoot weddings. You shoot weddings, right? The reason anybody should come to me is because, Yemi, I love the way you shoot, and I like how you interpret and how you document weddings. I like your own angle of doing it,
Your own approach.
and I like how you place people. If they are going to come to you, Sheyi, wear magic, they should say, I like how Sheyi. If they say, why did you go for Sheyi and not Yemi? It should be like, okay, so Sheyi has this way off. Not
as cheaper.
It's cheaper.
Not okay. What's your price?
And in the age of event planners now, budget photography XX amount.
Yes.
Which photographer has
Who fits into this budget?
Do you get? So it's about, so when we have event planners that their own is that which photographer is cheapest, and in this same industry, in this same time, I know a photographer that is so unique in his craft that he was working in the studio one day. Sweet gist. His phone rang. Bring. It's not even this thing. It's photo Nimi. They call photo Nimi, and they said, "Sir, my name is Kiniko. I'm calling you from so and so." They called. For those of you who don't know photo Nimi, you don't know person. They called him. Say, "Sir, are you available for? I want to shoot my wedding at so. Are you available on this date?" He said, "I'm sorry, madam. I'm not available on that date too. Okay, sorry, I will call you back. Like a few minutes later, sorry, sir, it's me again. Are you available on this date? Check. Say, I'm not available on that date, so I'll be outside of the country shooting a wedding. Damn. Call again. Sir, what of this date? Are you available on this date? Said, unfortunately, sorry, I'm not available on that date too. That weekend too is taken. Sorry, why are you asking about date? He said, because right now we just finished my introduction and my family members want to pick dates. So it's your date of availability. That we will know the wedding date, because I want you to shoot my wedding and you must be available. Introduction. Family members from the groom side, from the picture how it was in that compound that day. They're like, okay, after everything has been done, our in-laws, we know you. Can we go ahead and pick a date? And the bride is saying, wait, let me call the photographer first.
To confirm.
She didn't consult her father. She didn't consult. She was calling, true story. She was calling the photographer first. Somebody that they had never spoken before. Like, Photonimi said is available on this date. Now we can work with that date. The bride father was just looking like this. That's some next level stuff.
That's crazy.
And then eventually when they called him and he said, where do you want to do the wedding? And they said, so state. Said, I'm sorry, once it's so states away from Lagos where I'm based, I do not travel by road. You would have to book a flight for me and this. They said, done. He said, okay, because I think he didn't want to do that wedding. So he was making it
difficult
for them. He said, okay, in Lagos, I drive a so car. So if you are going to come, serious, go and call for the me, ask him. I drive a so car. If you are going to come and pick me from the airport, you have to come pick me with this car. They said, done, sir. He charged them, they said, done, sir. He has already said it's free on the date. Every condition they give them, they've met it. So, on the day that he was going to fly, he flew, the same car came to pick him at the airport. He's not the only photographer in Nigeria. The same car came to pick him at the airport. And then when he got to the big mansion, he saw a very big fat Igbo man standing at the gate. And then he was looking. And then when he eventually got down, he said, are you the Photonimi? Actually, that's the bride's father. Okay. You are the one they carried my car to go and pick. So you are the Photonimi that was picking my daughter's wedding date. You don't pass this.
Wow.
That's how much you can be unique and people will respect you. It pays in the long run. Stick to your shit, man. Sorry. Stick to your stuff. It pays to be unique. Do you know? I've had people book me because they say, Yemi, I love the way you write your captions. I want you to photograph me because I want to see what you're going to write about me. Paid premium package. Because of how I caption my images. You want to see how I like how you write. I want to see what you write about me. You can imagine. So imagine if I've been writing like Mr. Lagbaja. Just be like, nah, this guy is not real.
Caption.
Like she said, so I now went back to check my post. This guy's liking and following, like booked a whole shoot. I want to see.
Just because of caption.
Yeah, just her. Yeah, like. And that person booked me and said, I like the way you talk about Jesus. Booked us, paid us good money. Me, I like my Jesus. I don't know if you like your own. Do you understand? I talk about my Jesus everywhere I go. And I had a client book me for that. So I'm happy that I'm at a spot where people book me for me.
And that's what lasts.
Do you understand? Some people said,
when you book based on trend or price, you fizzle.
You know, when you have a way of doing things, right? People talk. They will get to share gist among themselves. And when that experience is unique to you, people that want to be a part of it will reach out to you. People pay for what they want to. And the more scarcity is, the more people will pay through their nose to have it. Because nobody that understands value wants what is common. Quote me.
They want uniqueness.
Nobody that understands value wants what is common. That's why we just saw a video now of people trooping around Bonner's car. They feel troop around your car like that. Not because it's not an expensive car, but you're not the only one with it in Lagos. Bonner is the only one with that car in Lagos. So everybody's going to troop out to come and see it. So the only reason why people are not trooping out to see your art is because it's everywhere.
It's come out, they can see it in other places.
Yeah, they go here, they see it. They go here, they see it. They go there, they see it. So what's unique? But the moment what you throw out, people are like,
It's different.
So when I want to work, there is something that I see that my heart is awotunwara. You know when you're flipping through Instagram and you're gonna go back. Like I hate it when I do something and you look at it once. God forbid. You look at it once. You just see it and you go. No, you go back. You have to go back. Why will you? Why will you not go back and check it again? Are you normal? You have to look at it again and be like, okay, let it tickle your brain a bit and be like, start shaking it, Yemi Kings. Oh. I've met people that they didn't greet me very well, and then when I introduce myself, shake me. Then they say, I'm Yemi Kings. Oh, I know your work. I'm like, ma'am. That your logo. Yes, and then I've had someone book me because they wanted my logo on their pictures. To God who made me. They said, you see that your logo? I just want it on one of my own pictures too. So me and my husband and our children, we are coming to do our anniversary in your studio. You see that your logo? The way you just to put that, it's not the logo.
The identity.
They just want to identify with the identity. So that's the thing. And then when people want that, and that thing that they want is only you that can provide it. Any amount you say, they will pay it.
Because they know they can't get it elsewhere.
Anywhere. But the moment what you are selling, okay, now you want to buy pure water in the literal sense. This aboki here cannot increase the price of his own pure water. When you know that if you block, what am I saying? A few blocks, okay. If you next building, aboki the gate man there has another shop. What are you talking about? Buy there.
So there's nothing like you're valuing. There's nothing to value.
Do you get? There was a day where redemption came with my dad, and my dad was looking for this particular wireless earpiece. If you know redemption came very well, we tried the whole store. We were looking for this thing. My dad wanted it was the era of new Bluetooth. So he knew that if he gets to camp, because he didn't see Oshogo where he lived. So he knew that if he gets to camp is close to Lagos. I want my ring now. We trek and trek. We did not see. Finally, we saw one. As my dad saw it like this, the guy just called the price in my mind because I knew the budget that we were working with. I wanted to. As my dad saw it, it was like, "Do you have this?" I said, "Yes." Can I see it? And he gave it to my daddy like this. The thing big like my hand, like this. My dad said, "Eloni, how much is it?" The guy just said, "Okay." And my dad brought out his wallet. I was like, Daddy, you are the one that taught us that we don't just when they call price, we slash it to half. My dad now taught me another lesson. He said, "Oh, Omode, thinking about it, no amount is too much."
As long as what you
he said, as long as you find what you're looking for, no amount is too much to pay for it. So I want to make myself that artist that they are looking for. So the moment they find me, no amount is too much for them to pay for me. So the value of my art is anchored on the scarcity of my art and is tagged and pinned to my identity, the originality that I carry. So if you are shouting as a photographer that people are pricing you like pure water, maybe because your work is pure water. Maybe because if they are pricing you like pure water, maybe because your work is pure water. So there's no protest you want to protest. If you want it, you want it. If you don't want it, so.
That means the true journey of value is identity. So the closer you get to getting to that point where you know who you are and the work you create represents who you are, you are increasing your value. The closer you get to that point, that way your value keeps increasing.
It keeps
That's
increasing.
it. So the focus is not how to value yourself. The focus is how to be self-aware and immerse yourself into what you do, into your art.
Exactly.
That's where the value will now come from.
Exactly.
So value is just like an after.
It's an
after.
when you not look at that, and people ask me, Yemi Kings, how do I charge? What should I charge? I'm like, I can't tell you what to charge. I can in a way attempt to show you how to charge. And this is the arc that I give to photographers everywhere when they ask me that question, because it's a tricky question when you say, how much should I charge? Am I in your life? Am I the one paying your bills? And I say, look, the question before you ask how much you should charge is, the question you should ask yourself is, how much does your life cost? As a creative, you're married. You got married recently to that get fine. And you drive a car. You have your staff. You have bills. You have billings. Bills is different from billings.
Yes, so.
You have bills. You have billings. You have projects. You have everything. How much does it cost to be Sheyi Magic? How much? So for me, I say that if you can figure out how much it costs to run your life, and then break it down, divide it by 4, and that's how much it costs to run your life in a week. Many photographers don't know how much their life costs, right? So they can't make it from their business. They have no idea. So ends living hand to mouth, right? So if you know how much it costs to run your life, your entire life, your rent, your everything, and you're like, okay, right now I'm a single guy living in Lagos. I have a camera. This is how much did I spend last month? How much did I spend the month before? How much did I spend in the past 6 months? And then average that and say, okay, so monthly, this is how much I spend. Therefore, you can start figuring out, then this is how much I should be earning. And then if I earn this much, this is how much I should charge. Then once you know how much you should be earning, now divide it on the model of your business. If your business is one that you have a shop, people trooping every day to take pictures and they go out, divide it by 31 and set that as a daily target. If you get a shoot average of a week, then you know that, okay, this is how much I need per week. And then you set that as a target, and then maybe you even triple it, so that you don't go fall short. And then if it's once a month, you get a job, you just know that, okay, maybe it costs 300k to run your life. You multiply it by 3, that's 900k. So, and averagely, you are targeting 900k per month. So if a client calls you and they say, Oga, now 200k we get for this project, and you know that your life runs on 300k, and you need to make at least 800k or 900k, then you die there and negotiate well. Because there is a conviction that is backing, there's an understanding that is backing that price.
Not just random.
You are not just picking another man's price.
Thank you for being a part of this particular conversation. I hope you learned a lot. See you guys in the next episode of Magicmind podcast. Thank you.